Yeah, I think so too.
But, shit. Welcome back to another episode of Off the Top. We are back with a new guest, Chris Franco, 20-year-old artist, videographer, photographer, whatever you want to call it, bro. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, real good, man. I appreciate y'all for having me on.
Yeah, champ. We try to get you on. We just talked about it right now. Just to try to get you on in October. Kind of fell through, but shit, I'm glad that you hit me up because we like to have episodes where we have like other people on too, just so it's not just kind of back and forth me and him. Although those are pretty cool, but whenever we can have someone on, like someone that like wants to be on, like as much as kind of you wanted to, we were like, yeah, this is gonna be some good shit.
Yeah,
this is
gonna be
some
real
good
fun.
shit. But yeah, dude, we'll just start with. I mean, you moved to New Orleans. That's pretty new, huh?
Yeah, I moved 3 months ago. So.
What was the? Was there anything like? Were you planning that like a long time in advance? Did it just kind of come up randomly and you just kind of took the opportunity?
So yeah, I shoot for Loft 18. Y'all know the golf simulator.
Oh
Yeah. So I shot for them, and their owners actually live in New Orleans. They have 2 locations in Metairie and Mandeville down there, and so they wanted me to come down there to shoot a video for them. And I was like, yeah, cool, like bet. So I hopped on a plane, got over there, filmed for them, and then they were like, made the joke. They were like, hey, just move down here and like just come work with us. And I was like, yeah, y'all are tripping, man. No, I'm not doing that. And then I went down there again, and they were like, all right, bro, move down here. And like this time it wasn't a joke. They're like, move down here. And I was like, let me talk. Like, let me talk to my people, like see what they say. Talk to my people, and they're like, yeah, just like go ahead, like spread your wings, go explore, like you're young, like you'll never have this opportunity again. So I was like, all right, cool. So I moved 3 months ago, and it's been fun. Like,
and you've always lived in Houston your whole life?
Yeah, so my whole
so that was like the first kind of big change where like you're in a totally different spot, huh?
Yeah, and I feel like everybody in their life has to move at least once, like to get like. And I watch these YouTubers called like Seek Discomfort, and like their whole thing is seek discomfort, like like get uncomfortable. So like it's the most uncomfortable I've ever been in my life. Like I'm 20, I just moved to 2 random people I don't even know. Like it was just crazy.
You living with them, or
yeah.
Nice. You how was like the first like 2 weeks to a month? Because like I feel like you may be like settled in now.
Yeah.
But like the first like 2 weeks, did it take like some time to kind of settle in? Just
100%. It was weird, man. Like waking up, driving to places I didn't know. Like it was a whole new city. I'd never been there, never explored. Like I went there 2 times, but all I did was party.
Yeah.
And so like now I'm actually like living there. Had they don't have an HEB, man.
Damn. They don't have one?
No.
So what do you do grocery shopping?
There's a place called like Rouse's, and it's so like it's terrible.
Is that
man.
is that like where everyone goes?
Yeah.
Like the biggest
so
spot
that was the biggest like change to me. That was so uncomfortable. I like walked in, I was like, man, like this is weird.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, I mean.
You a big seafood guy?
Oh, big. Now I am.
Yeah. Now you're on it a lot.
Hey, they got some good food down there.
Dude, I went over there for the college football playoff when Texas played Washington, and they had some good. I didn't try seafood. I rarely dabble in that, bro.
Right.
When I was younger, I used to eat like shrimp and stuff. But like now, I can't touch it.
Man,
if it's grilled, I will. Like
yeah.
But I just can't touch it now. But it was lit when I went, bro. Like it was like the way the city was set up. It was like there was so many like even like these like hole in the wall like restaurants just along the street.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, especially for a young 20-year-old kid, like it's a lot of fun. Like you said, the city's set up perfully.
That always happens when we have a guest on, right? It happened the first time.
Happened with Ross.
Never any issues. It's just me and him, bro.
It's always, bro. It's
always
like
works,
the
right?
big things that always mess up my crap. Like if I'm doing something alone, I'm like, oh, like everything works perfect. Then I go to shoot, I'm like what?
Some shit fucking happened.
Every single time I go to a shoot, something.
Like you're missing something.
Like I went and shot a wedding. First time shooting a wedding, destination wedding, Cancun. My gimbal wouldn't work, bro.
Wouldn't calibrate?
So, I was in that thing stressing. Like day of the wedding, go out there, calibrate it, all that, and it the motor keeps failing. So limp, it goes in like limp mode. I'm like, dude, like this is huge. Like this is a wedding. So like the entire wedding, I'm like sitting there like shooting it whole handheld.
Yeah, dude.
Thankfully I got some steady hands.
Steady ass hands.
Yeah, well like.
Thankfully now too, there's a lot of because I shot like I have a gimbal. I rarely touch it because at first I was sometimes, bro, when you're trying to calibrate it, bro, it just gets fucking stressful.
You're right, yeah.
And no, but I shot a proposal recently, and I just did it handheld. But thankfully now there's a lot of like stabilization in the cameras already, and like even in the editing software. So even if you kind of shake a little bit, it's still good.
Yeah.
But I'm never really too concerned about the handheld. I think you'd have to like fucking shake a lot to really.
Yeah, so like gym, boxing, and like vlogging, I would do all handheld because like I like doing movements. Like if you watch any of my like videos, it's all movements, whip transitions.
Yeah.
But like this wedding, man, I was like, I gotta
Like
make
there's
this
no
cinematic.
like,
it's cinematic. Like there's nothing that I need to do transitions of. So like I'm not gonna do like the crazy turns and crazy movements or like follow anything. So I was like, I want to shoot like gimbal. Man, I like. Now I use gimbal for a lot of things. Like besides like workouts, which I don't even shoot anymore. Gimbals are usually like I use gimbals on everything because it's like so smooth.
Yeah, it's like whoever came up with that was like genius,
right?
Because like the thing is where you can with cars, like if you're hanging outside a window, like that's good.
Oh.
I've seen the car mount ones. Like have you seen the way they set up those?
Yeah,
I really, cars?
Dude, and it's like on the hood and like. So we just got the Osmo for our marketing company. The Osmo, like y'all know the DJI Osmo. It's like a small handheld, with the gimbal, and people hang out the like windows with that. And I had with Matthew, he just got his brand new M4, so he's like, I want to shoot a car video. So I was like, man, say less. Like I don't even want to do this. Like yo, like get me in that car. We're driving, and like I have the gimbal out the car, the camera's on the gimbal, like speeding down this road, and I'm like, it didn't hit me until like 10 minutes after shooting all this videos. Like, one thing goes wrong, I'm losing my whole career. Like that can't. Like I have videos, I'll send it to y'all if y'all want to pop it up on the screen. But I'm like literally hanging out this car.
It's just scary.
$4,000 of equipment just hanging like literally like 5 feet off the ground. I'm like, so
that's
like,
it.
And the things with those, bro, like. I can already imagine because I haven't done it, but if I was gonna shoot, and I imagine like you're getting low, like you're hanging out the window, but your hands laying low, like to the street.
I'm 10 feet off the ground, but the camera's low off the ground.
The only safe way that I've seen people do it is like you're sitting in the trunk.
I was hanging out on a Nissan Rogue when I was doing this, dude. Like,
pop the back open.
No, I was in the passenger seat. Like,
you were just hanging out the window.
The back wouldn't open or something because I wanted a hatchback, and one of our friends had a hatchback, but he was out of town, so I was like. Hanging out of a minivan, down this highway. It was scary.
So what is your so you've mentioned like right now you mentioned car, boxing, you've even done some football, right? You did like a football highlight video. You said wedding, gym shit. I think you started with gym shit, right?
So like
is there like a favorite that you have or like a least favorite that you have?
It's so funny because when I was driving up here, I was trying to figure out what questions you were going to ask me, and so this is like one of the questions. But it's like, so. Shout out Todd, my roommate and my business partner. When I first got down there, we have a client that's party rentals. And
I've seen that you shot a club too.
Yeah, well, no, like not even like clubs. I'm talking about like the plastic chairs.
Oh, okay.
Party rental. So we get out there. He's like, hey man, we gotta shoot for this client. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, what do you want me to do? And they're like, you have to shoot pictures of chairs. And I was like, bro, what? Like, you want me to go take pictures of chairs? And he's like, yeah. So I drove an hour away. For these people to pop up these little plastic chairs, and I start shooting these chairs, pictures, different angles of these chairs. I'm like sitting there like so mentally in my head, like I shoot world champion boxers, I shoot college football, I shoot like the top high school football like players. Yeah. And now I'm shooting chairs. Yeah. So like whenever you say least favorite thing, it's like that, but it's like those small things pay the bills. Yeah. That will get me to like shoot the fun,
the big shit,
big stuff. Like I think about it like I'm shooting these chairs right now, but in 6 months time I'll have a destination wedding in Destin, Florida. So like it's like the mental things of like knowing you have the skills to go shoot what everybody else is shooting, but like you have to like do these small little jobs. Yeah. So that's my least favorite thing. Is like
sounds like kind of like paying your dues, but do you feel like you've already paid them almost?
Right. Yeah. And so like. I see it in here. When I lived in Houston, I was shooting the top influencer, Matthew Script. Like, I was living with him, shooting him, going to the gym, like would go to Alpha Land. Christian Guzman know me, like Russ Swole knows me, like, and then I go to like New Orleans, and like now I'm like shooting like these like basic things. Yeah. So it feels like almost I'm starting all over again because like
reset.
Yeah, because I used to be in the situation where like people would hit me up to like shoot. Yeah. And so like when I first started, I'd have to hit up. We can go in my DMs and there's like hundreds of DM messages of like, hey man, I'm a new videographer,
like
photographer. Yeah, right. Like I'm trying to get with you. So now I moved over there and now I'm like restarting it all. But it's almost like God is like, hey bro, like you got a little prideful. Like you started charging people, like you started doing all these things. I'm making you restart. I'm making you uncomfortable to like get right back into it. Like you lost your motivation. Like you lost your pride. Like you lost the reason why you're doing this. Like at one point, this was my passion. And now I was like a 9-year-old kid making like bread. Bread. And then quickly out of nowhere, God took that all away. And so it's like, I got so prideful of all the things that I had.
You feel like you were?
Yeah. I mean, bro, my testimony is so crazy, like with the God, like with like finding my faith again. Like I was 19, living in downtown Houston, high rise, having girls over all the time, like doing stupid stuff, bro. Like just being like not who I am. Like I am such a great dude. So like God just saw that and he took it all away. And I don't blame him. Like I'm glad he did, because like now I'm in a whole new city. I'm building whole new relationships. Like I find a church over there. Like I'm working on like build their social media page. So it's like it all happens for a reason. So like I did get prideful, but like now I'm starting all over. So like it's so much fun though. Like honestly.
Do you think that like whenever you were in that situation, like all the highs, right? All the ups,
right.
Were you talking to God less?
Yeah.
Than when you were before?
Yeah. See, and that I stopped talking to God. My focus was off of God. Like I was in church, and like the move really got me zoned into God. Like I was going to coffee shops every single day, like 3-4 weeks before moving to New Orleans. Like I was locked into God, because like if God wanted me to do that, like I was gonna go find my purpose over there. And so like my whole life has to be surrounded on what's my purpose with God. Like what's my calling. Yeah. And so like, and I really realized like 2-3 weeks ago, I found a new church and their social media is like crap.
Struggling?
Right. Like,
so you thought like, this is
right. So like I seen that and I was like, all right, God, I see what you're doing. Like you need me over here. Like we have all these colleges, Tulane, New Orleans University, SLU, all those colleges over there, like where I can get kids my age over there through social media. Like that's the only way to reach them. Yeah. So like I'm good with cameras. I can run a social media. Like it's all God's plan.
So are you running that social media?
I'm about to. So I have to do all these next steps and go to like the Sunday service, which I already do, but I have to go to like their aftercare. Okay. And they have to like get me connected with everybody, and then I start running it. But like I'm already in talks with the pastors. I'm already in talks with like the like lead social media people, all that. So it's
and do they just? I'm assuming they're older people.
Yeah.
So like, do they just have not any clue, but kind of no clue how to run like a social media properly? And is that why they're struggling with it?
Yeah. I mean, like we do service 18 to 29-year-olds every Thursday, and there's 1 to 2 posts like every other week, every 3 weeks. So it's like you gotta like so y'all know social media, like you gotta like post consistently. Like like I'm talking about like once worship gets done, post a post. Once service is done, post a post. The next day on a Friday, post a post like, hey, thank y'all for coming. So that's 3 posts in 12 hours. So it's like, I don't know, but I mean, it's all God's call.
I think now too, it's like one thing to keep up because it's so like saturated, like everybody's on social media, like everyone's posting. It's like it's one thing to keep up, and it's one thing to like stand out. Yeah, right. Because your video is just getting thrown to all the other people that post at the same time.
Right,
as you.
And that's you gotta stand. Bro, you gotta stand out.
Yeah, and you see it every time you walk in the gym. Now there's tripods everywhere.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Like, I remember it was like whenever I first picked up a camera, it was like 2.5, 3 years ago. I remember I walked in the gym. This was the time when this was like non-existent. Yeah. Right? And I was like scared to put my camera up because there was just no cameras, bro. Like I remember hiding it behind like a machine. I'm like filming my workout, bro. Like I'm not even an influencer like that. That's
the one that I
it was like my first vlog ever.
Yeah.
My first vlog ever. Yeah, it was like how there was no fucking cameras back then, and now there's cameras everywhere in all the gyms.
And it's dying.
Yeah, it is. I feel like because I saw Jay Lane say this. No. Yeah. It was him or it was the dude that he coaches. I forgot his name. But him or the dude that he coaches. But I saw him say like, he said his gym content like dying, and he said like I think people like from the gym are starting to post shit like that they do outside of the gym as well. Yeah. So it's not just revolved around like gym stuff all the time. You know, like it's revolved around like if you have other hobbies. Like let's say, somewhat. I think Jay Lane, he likes to like bow and shit.
Yeah.
Like he's a big hunting
Oh,
with
so
a
they're,
bow
like,
and stuff.
evolving
So like he
outside of their
does
gym
like that
content.
shit. I think he started doing like car shit like a year ago or something. So like I think that's why I feel like that's why it's kind of been dying off a little bit. But what do you said yeah? So what have you been seeing? What do you think?
I just think like I think it's dying. Like I mean, everything has its peak, and everything falls. And like this is not to like discredit or like discourage anybody that wants to still do it, but like you just gotta look at the numbers. Like my whole For You page is, or not my For You, all my friends list is all my past clients, and it's like their numbers are low. Like I mean, it's you just like
I feel like the only dude's numbers that's probably still solid, well, at least that I still watch, is Sam Sulek. But I feel like it's also because he kind of
His
recently
rise is
hit the
still-
scene.
Like
he recently hit the scene.
and he
but-
brought a whole new style of content.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying earlier. Like
Yeah.
you have to stand out. Like you have to be different. And like that's something Matthew's doing right now. Is he's like, I don't know if y'all seen any of his recent video, but he adds like multiple of him.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah, he's
and that's
masking it,
different. Yeah. So like once that hits the algorithm, I'll tell him every single day. Like once that hits the algorithm and people start reading that,
People
it's
are gonna
gonna
pick
blow
it up.
back up.
Yeah.
And yeah, people are gonna like. And I see him a page already that's already doing it.
Yeah.
Like someone made that shot and they're like, "Oh, how do I do it?" And I'm like, "Dog, like Matthew's been doing that for like a week now."
Yeah,
and he
I
just
saw
posted a
that.
video.
I think I've seen him do that like 3 or 4 times now. There was one where he was promoting his clothing brand. He
Yeah,
had like
see?
multiple people
Yeah.
come in. He was doing like a whole back workout or
Yeah.
something. She was spotting himself.
Right. Yeah.
You know, shit like
and
that.
it's
So
it's
that's
a dope concept.
yeah, and that's creative, and that takes thinking, and one might think like maybe like whenever you first think of the idea, you're like, I don't know about that, but then you make it and you're like, yeah, this is
Like you have to
this
like,
is it, and it's different. Like you haven't
Yeah.
seen it, you know. So
And the crazy thing about Sam Sulek is now we're in a generation of instant gratification. So like now we're in I'll scroll through TikTok for 4 or 5 hours a day, video after video after video, and his is so boring. Like it's not boring, but it's like
it's just
It's
basic.
so simple.
Right.
I was telling Zay that, bro. I was like, his content, like, there's nothing special about it. It's just like, you know, there's no movement. It's literally sitting on the tripod.
yeah, 45
Yeah,
to
45
an hour.
Like, these
Yeah.
are episodes, bro.
Yeah.
And like it's just sitting on a tripod, and it's just
So raw.
it stands out because it's so different from everyone
Yeah.
else. Like there's no transitions, there's no like fancy edits, no pop zooms, none of
And
that.
it's so crazy because like now our mind has to be working, and whenever I watch that stuff, I'm like, I'm so bored because it's not fast, it's not
Yeah.
zoom. Like with me and Matt, like if you watch any of our past videos that we did together, like cut,
Yeah.
cut, like no splices in between the talk.
short form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now this man throws a whole set in there, and I'm like, with Matt, I would have to like 2, 4, 6, 8.
Like rep, right?
Yeah,
Rep,
Sam
yeah.
Sulek does 1, 2,
We'll get to like 16.
3.
And it's just
It goes on to 17, goes on to half reps. I'm like,
and I've seen like shit since like whenever I started watching him, people like on my recommended page like that make videos similar to him. Like I've tried to watch theirs, and I don't know if it's just, I think it's just because he's very like genuine. It's very authentic.
Yeah.
Like, and that's kind of like what it is, and it doesn't seem like it's like anything's forced.
right.
You know, and then also probably because he was the first one to do it, and then it probably helps that he's fucking jacked.
Yeah, right.
But
right.
yeah, dude, it's crazy how it's evolved and how it has kind of like declined, kind of
Yeah.
like you said.
It's just like because it's so hard to like, it's gym content, right? It's so hard to like evolve that,
Right.
Because like it's, you go to the gym and you hit for like 1 week to 1 week, you're hitting the same shit just every
Right,
different
yeah.
day. It's really hard to get creative in that like aspect compared to like if you're vlogging, you know, one day you're doing this, one day you're doing
Right.
that, one day you can travel and do this and do that. But in the gym, all you can do is what the gym allows you to do. Like you're just
Right,
in the gym
exactly.
working
And that's
out.
what Jay Lane was saying, how people are starting to do their own little
Yeah.
side hobbies. But like,
Yeah, evolving outside of like the gym content's like obviously like a good move. It's like the same thing with how like fighters. Let's say like fighters now like that we live in such a social media, like they'll never post about their day. Like,
Right.
And now there's fighters that like post vlogs and,
Right, yeah.
and stuff like that because they're like they've seen that like you're able to market yourself, you're able to sell these big fights.
Yeah.
And shit like that because at some points there's fighters getting paid more than professional fighters. You know what I mean? And it's just the fact of simple influence.
yeah.
If you can put fucking asses in seats, you can sell.
Right, exactly. And if you have your whole, and that's what like, I feel like I would watch a whole prep series. That's what like a prep series is cool, but like what you're saying is like day to day videos every single day you're in the gym hitting the same exact thing. Like, I'm not gonna watch that. But if you do like a prep series where it's like C-Bomb does, like that's gonna blow up again. Like
Yeah.
right when Olympia pops up, I promise y'all gym content's gonna start popping back.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like a trend. It's like those TikTok boys that used to dance.
Yeah.
What are they doing now? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I feel like I
no-
haven't heard of like I feel like Addison Rae was one of the first ones.
Yeah.
And like I haven't. I mean, I'm not consuming that type of content, so maybe that's why too.
Yeah.
But
And
I
she was
just feel
one
like
of
I haven't. But she was like the first one. I feel
Yeah,
like.
because she was one of the first ones. So
like-
she did it, like got her bag and got out, and now
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
because once you make it, like I think she lives in California, so like once you make it out there, bro, the brand deals start coming.
Right.
Like you don't really have to start. You don't have to stop dancing.
Right.
You can stop dancing.
Exactly. You can start
They
doing your
used
own
to
thing.
fucking dance. You,
Yeah.
On TikTok?
That's
they used to
some-
dance on
It was like
TikTok.
March 2020, and I was
Pop it
like,
up on the screen.
oh brother.
Dude, I can't even dance to save my life, bro. Like,
Right.
Oh, I
go
can't
along
either.
with the beat, dog. But I mean, I respect it. That was like the trend, right? Like that was normal. Like,
And that's
That was
what gym
crazy.
was. It was a trend.
Yeah.
I knew one person that was a videographer, photographer, and he moved out to California to do all like the big. He lived in the Hype House, and like he was from Deer Park, and he lived in the Hype House. And once they fall off, he fell off. So that was my biggest ultimate goal. Was like, I'm not going to stay in Houston where I'm just known for gym content. Like
Yeah.
I'm not going to fall off if these people fall off.
Yeah.
Like if gym content falls off and my whole brand is around gym content, I'm gonna fall off.
Yeah.
That dude moved to LA. His whole identity was the TikTok people.
So he like never evolved.
Yeah,
into,
so
like,
he fell
different-
off too.
Yeah.
So I wasn't gonna fall, and that's whenever I thought like when I got the opportunity to move to New Orleans, like I'm not gonna be that same person of staying in my little niche.
And
like-
you didn't move to New Orleans for gym content. You
Right, I moved to
to-
New Orleans to
kind of
expand,
evolve.
to
Yeah.
evolve into
more
my
opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask something related to that. Like, do you? I guess now, because now you're in a more position where it's less likely to happen. But when you first started, because like I was telling Zay about this, because we know like the rate of videographers, the rate of photographers, like it's expensive, but it's also because like this is y'all's livelihood,
Yeah.
right? Like this is your livelihood. In the beginning, you know, when you're doing this full time, was there like at any point where like, because it's good when the money's coming in, right? It's good whenever you book these appointments and the money's coming in. But like, were you ever like scared that you were just gonna like there was gonna be like maybe a week where there was just no appointments, and you're like, fuck, like
This is the way
I got a
eat.
cold call again.
Yeah.
Or,
So
a dry spell necessarily.
yeah, so all honesty, and this is gonna be all honesty to everybody that watches this. I was looking at like my Chase little ratings over there. And summer trading happened, it was up here, right?
Yeah.
And then like I said, whenever I got greedy, started being a little stupid. I think in January it was the lowest moment of 2 years. And that was like right whenever I was on the edge of moving to New Orleans or staying in Houston. And I looked like 2 days ago. January, the highest number my bank account hit was $1,000. Like that's how much money I made that month. Was $1,000.
Oh, okay.
And so I was so used to like making
Yeah.
money. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say it, but making money.
So, shit, since I wanted to ask you this before we fucking stopped, you moved into that. So you called it a penthouse, yeah. So was that? How can I phrase this question? You were. Where were you living before that?
Parents' house.
Okay, so that was yeah. So that's what I was thinking. That was the first time you moved like out
Yeah.
of your parents' house, and you moved with Matthew. And like, what was? I think I even saw you post, dude. I don't know how I'm remembering all this, but I am. Were you like saying like you were kind of uncertain of moving there, and like why were you uncertain, and why did you end up ultimately kind of moving in there? Because y'all didn't know each other before,
Dude, yeah, like
right?
that whole story of me and Matt meeting was so crazy, and he'll tell it the same way. I think he might base it on himself a little bit more, but I always saw him out and I was like, man, let me shoot you a video, and he's like, nah, like I don't know, like you're good, like you're gonna charge me money, I'm not doing that. So I was like, all right, bet. So finally, I think his videographer went out of town or something like that, and he texted me, he was like, dog, I need you to shoot me a video, like I need a video ASAP, like come on. So I was like, all right, bet, cool.
Was this like a Instagram video, just a YouTube video? YouTube, okay.
Yeah, so we ended up going to like a batting cage, and then we went to Roman Empire after. And
Okay, I remember that.
yeah,
video.
so we shot the video, and he texted me that night, and he was like, "Hey, bro, like I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not gonna like this video." And I was like, "What? Like, what are you talking about?" He was like, "Nobody ever gets the style of video that I want. Like nobody gets it perfect, like how I want. So I'm just letting you know, like there's gonna be changes." And I was like, "Look, bro, like you don't even have to pay me. Like if you don't like a video, don't pay me.
Yeah.
I don't care." He's like, "All right, cool." So we filmed that day. Next day, I sent it to him, and he called me. He was like, Franco, I love this video. He was like, this is the best video like I've ever got done for me.
Yeah.
He was like, let's go film again. I was like, all right, cool. So we get to Alpha Land one day. We film again. And when he got to Alpha Land, I was looking up apartments because I was ready to move out of my parents' house anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next time we shot a video with, it was like a FaceTime video of like Hope did his workout, like long distance.
Mm-hmm.
And we were there and he was like, are you like looking to move out? And I was like, yeah, like I'm trying to move out of my parents' house. He was like, all right, well, like, I want to move out. I was like, okay, cool. Like, have fun.
Yeah,
we just started filming. Like, I don't even know who you are. Have like fun.
Yeah.
And so he calls me at like 11 o'clock one night. He's like, all right, bro, like what apartments you looking at? So I'm like sending him all these like apartments, like these, like $1,100 apartments a month, like sending these apartments. And he's like, all right, cool, bro. Well, like, I like this one. And he sends me like a penthouse. And I'm like, okay, cool. Have fun, bro. Like, that's not who I am. Like, have fun. And so he was like, all right, bro, well, like Sunday, let's go look at it. Like, we're not going to like sign anything. We're just going to go look at it and take a peek at it. Bring the camera.
So you were picking up the vibe like he wants to move in together.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like, bring the camera. We're going to go shoot a vlog for it. So I was like, all right, bet. So this is the time I had my girlfriend at the time. And I told her, and I was like, I'm going to go look at an apartment with Matthew, but like, I'm not moving in with him, blah, blah, blah. He was like, okay, cool. Told my dad, I was like, I'm not moving in. Okay, cool. We get there, and 29 levels, bro, high rise.
God damn.
Yeah, so we pull up, get there. Funny story, I left my license and need a license tour. So I had to go back, get my license, come back. Anyway, not part of the story. So we went up there, and when I first got there, I got there before Matt, and the people were laughing, like the leasing people, because they were like, "Oh, a YouTuber's coming in," like.
They knew you were a YouTuber?
No, because I had my camera. Like, I had the big old camera.
Oh, okay.
He was like, oh, I have a YouTuber today. Like, like they're just here to shoot a prank video or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I heard it. So I walked in there and I was like, okay, yeah, like we want someone else to like give us a tour of the place. And so this lady, Ashley, she was like, okay, I'll do it. So Matt gets there. I tell him what happened, and Matt doesn't like that. Like Matt, like he, like, how like some people get mad, like when people like don't think like they have money.
Yeah.
So Matt didn't like that. So we went and toured the place, and we fell in love with it, dude. Like, it was so cool. They had one on the 27th, they had one on the 29th. And 29th was PH2, so top floor.
Mm-hmm.
And that one wasn't ready yet, so we couldn't go see it. And so we were on the 27th. We were looking at there, and we loved it. And we went back downstairs, and the lady started talking to us. Matt looked at me. He was like, come on, bro, let's just move in. And I was like, bro, what? Like, no, like, I'm not doing that.
Was it more so, or maybe it was a combination of all, but were you thinking that because of like just moving in with him? Were you thinking of that because of like the price, or were you thinking of that?
No, I was more of like
it's just too fast?
Yeah.
I just met you, bro.
Like, it's like whenever you start talking to a girl, it's like literally the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, you already have me like trying to move in with you.
Yeah.
But like, we like signed some things that day, and went to South Carolina. Oh no, like a month later, went to South Carolina. Went to Austin to go hang out with my family on a family vacation, and one day later, I was moving all my stuff into a 29 level penthouse.
Damn, so y'all moved that quick, huh?
Yeah, we moved a month and a half later after working with each other for 4 days, or 4 times.
So did you feel like y'all like clicked in those 4 days?
Yeah,
or?
we clicked well.
Yeah, like as far as like on a personal level.
Yeah, whenever we moved in, bro, we were best friends. Like that, like I can really say like that's genuinely was like one of my best friends. Like,
hell yeah. And
like we still talk to this day. Like whenever I talk about him to like New Orleans, because he was like, he's my guy. So like when I talked to him about New Orleans, I was nervous because I was technically leaving him. And he was like, nah, bro, like go do it. Like I'm so proud of you. Like he was hyping me up. Like I want you to go do this, live this life. It's so funny because when we first moved in, we didn't know each other. Like, and that's what like my ex was so worried. She's like, you don't even know this guy, blah blah. Like, like y'all not even friends, like blah blah. And I was like, nah, like it's cool. Like, well, I'm gonna figure it out. Yeah. And so, funny enough, like 4 or 5 days after we moved in, like me and that girl broke up. Yeah. And man, I still remember this to the day. I text Matthew and I'm like, hey dog, just let you know, like me and her are on the phone right now. Like I don't know what's going on, and like we're still like learning how to be friends.
This was in the crib?
Yeah. Right? So we didn't have like an emotional friendship, nothing like that. We were strictly like work friends, work related. And she breaks up with me. I'm literally talking to this girl in my closet. She breaks up with me. I walk out the living room and Matt's sitting there and I was like, she broke up with me, dog. And he was like, bro, what? And so like it was such a funny like thing because like I said, we didn't have an emotional connection yet.
Yeah.
But this is all honesty. I fell into his arms and started crying. He like held me there and like was like, dog, it's gonna be good. You're gonna be fine. And like it clicked. I was like, all right. Like we cool.
He's
like,
cool.
Like,
Yeah. Like this
we
kind of broke, almost like broke the ice
Yeah,
emotionally.
broke the ice. Yeah. So
Yeah.
like after like that, bro, like just best friends immediately. Like,
Yeah.
hung out every single day. Every single thing I did, he did. Everything like we never even used our living room. Our living room didn't even have like a TV. Like if he was in his room, I was in his room with my laptop.
Yeah.
Brought my computer over there sometimes, play video games. If I was in my room, he was in my room.
Yeah.
If he was going somewhere, I was going somewhere. He went to Dallas, I was with Dallas with him. And it was funny because yesterday I went and saw him at the apartment because I was buying wine, and that thing doesn't ID me. That's probably not good for the internet. But so I went there. I was like, hey, bro, I'll be at the convenience store in the apartment. Like, come see me. He's like, all right, bet. And so we get in there, and our thing used to be every single day. We used to go downstairs, get a slushie, get an ice cream cookie, and go back upstairs and hang out like as boys.
Uh-huh.
And so yesterday, walked downstairs. We were shopping, like we were laughing like old boys, talking like, oh, what drinks this is, blah blah blah. And when we walked out, he goes, I was like, all right, bro, love you, bro. Like I'll see you later. And he's like, you're not coming home with me, huh? And I was like, I'm not. And it was the first time we seen each other since I moved. He's like, dog. And he was like, that makes me so sad. So it's like, it's funny how life works.
Yeah,
that is truly like my best friend now.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool that y'all still have like that genuine relationship.
Yeah.
So that's pretty fire. But yeah, I just knew that. I remembered kind of you posting about it and seeing like that was kind of like a somewhat of a risk.
It was such a risk.
And it was probably something that you like 100%.
It made me the person I am today, for sure. Like
That's good,
him
man.
And like the situation moving to like New Orleans. It's
Yeah.
all made me.
You ever see yourself, like let's say in 5 years, you ever see yourself like leaving the company to kind of start like your own like Franco visuals kind of type of thing?
So I had my run of like doing my thing, but hopefully like I've talked to them, the people in New Orleans. I've talked to them like hopefully in 2 years we have enough stuff going on where I can move back home to Houston and like still like run clients over here because there's so much people over here that wants video content.
Yeah.
But I have told them and joked with them if a famous boxer or a famous athlete hit me up to be their videographer, like full-time videographer, I'd leave. And
Yeah, little CJ Stroud or
yeah,
something?
but they know that's my dream is to be like a videographer to like an athlete,
Yeah.
or like a boxer. But like, if that ever happened, I can't.
You know, it'd be sick as
That's
shit.
literally why I started. So
It
much.
would be so sick if like since you're in Louisiana now, like if Dustin Poirier was like, "Hey, come out and film my fight camp for the last 4 weeks," or
Right,
something.
yeah,
That
so
would
that's what
be-
we want. So yeah, we're already in talks with their people because
Really?
we're doing their bourbon company.
Yeah.
Ty is good friends with Dustin, so we're already in talks with that.
And shit,
But
he's in camp right now.
Yeah, I think it will be after this fight because I
Okay.
know. So we're going to that fight in Newark.
Damn, no kidding.
So it's a championship.
Shit, you were
fight.
at 299
Miami,
too,
yeah,
right?
yeah, it was.
Damn,
North
that
Carolina?
was
Newark,
that
North
was
Carolina?
O'Malley
Newark is
North
New
Carolina?
Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're going to that fight. So after that fight, whenever he dominates Islam,
Dude.
we hopefully we get back in that position of like filming his fights and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
that would be fire because I'm hoping he wins just because he hasn't he's never touched undisputed gold.
So
So like
he's going to win.
if
And
he
just-
does if he wins and if it's gonna happen, although maybe it shouldn't, but if he wins and if Conor wins, like Dana White's gonna want to be like, all right, let's do Dustin Conor 4,
for the championship.
that's gonna be. But
Hey,
yeah, and then-
Islam has to win, or not Islam. Dustin has to.
yeah,
beat the brakes
because this is
off
probably
of
his
him.
last shot too.
No,
Like,
and that's what
he's-
he said that in an interview. Like
Yeah.
this is like he thinks this is really like his last.
And
shot.
even and it didn't even look like he was gonna get another shot whenever Gaethje put him out. But then
Yeah.
it's just even against Benoit, Saint Denis, like whenever didn't look good in the first round and then
Dude, yeah.
knocked him out. Justin gets knocked out the way he did, so it's like
Yeah.
Charles loses. It's kind of just setting up for him perfectly,
Oh, I was so excited.
just-
That's in like what a month.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think it was like 5 weeks from yesterday. So
And yeah, literally in a month, I'll be on a plane to Newark.
that's fire.
Yeah.
You're gonna do any filming there? Or you're gonna try to just
So Thursday is a free day. So I mean, with me and my boys, we're gonna like start vlogging. So that's my biggest goal is to start vlogging. Like once I'm mentally back, like fully here, I want to start like putting my time in the vlog. So like what y'all do, like Force Sport goes golfing, Force Sport goes to Newark,
Yeah.
like all this. So we're gonna vlog that.
you're gonna vlog as like as a group.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
Have fun because we're hilarious. Like
Yeah.
when we go there's 3 partners. Four. Me, Todd, Jared, and Greg.
Okay,
Greg
so
is
it's
a
a little group.
40-year-old man, like, but he's loaded and he's like the coolest dude ever. Like
Yeah.
he's literally like our dad. That's what I say. And then there's Jared, which is like pretty boy, like the most like.
It's funny how all groups have
Right.
like little
Yeah,
little
light
things that-
skin, pretty boy.
Yeah.
Smart as crap. And there's Ty, which is like he's funny. He's kind of like he has to be like the mean older brother. So I live with Ty and Jared, and so I say like good cop, bad cop. Jared's a good cop, Ty's a bad
Yeah,
cop.
yeah.
But he's funny. And there's me, which is the young, immature kid. That's like
You're the youngest one?
yes,
Yeah.
I'm 20. They're 26
Okay.
and 40. So it's like Ty and Greg always like bicker and argue. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be funny. Like once I like get the mental capacity to like vlog it and like start uploading the videos, like I think it's gonna be like hilarious because it's literally like a unique group of
Yeah, absolutely.
kids. Like
Damn.
it's,
Yeah, that's gonna be a good time there.
Yeah.
And fucking.
it's gonna be fun, and hopefully like, we can see that, like show it to Dustin. Dustin like okay, like yeah, like,
Yeah.
it looks sick. Like
Yeah, that
y'all
would
do
be-
that for me.
Dude,
That'd
the
be fire.
good thing about that, bro, is like you just need one good video. Like
Dude,
to,
yeah.
to be like a videographer for like an athlete, you just gotta cook once,
Right.
And if they fuck with it, fuck with it,
Right.
Because like it's so. I mean, I guess it varies from fighter to fighter, person to person. I tell Zay this all the time, bro, because like, you know, when people were like say like, you know, like I'll pay you this to shoot this or whatever. I'm like, well, it's easy for me because I come home and it's like it's easy to edit,
Right.
Like with us, like it's muscle memory at this point. I'm like, bro, like I just come home and like you edit real fast and you get it done.
Yeah.
But like they think it's hard. That's why they'll pay this good amount of money for it and shit like that. But if you like just cook once for these people and they like it, but like I think that's a hook. Like they'll like hire you full
No,
time,
100%. Yeah, like
stuff like that.
once you get that one good video, bro, for them, like with the world champ boxer, I shot that one video, and like now, like anytime I text him, like, hey, bro, can I come shoot? He's like, of course you can come shoot.
Like,
please
like
come shoot.
for example, did you think that was tough, like the shooting and the editing, or was it just kind of like a breeze?
Man, it was just nerve wracking because he's literally WBC world champion.
So
Like,
expectate you. Like,
The creativity
expectations
part
were
was
high.
nerve wracking. I
Yeah.
assume in the edit.
Yeah.
Because the creativity is what varies from
Because
person
you
to
want
person.
to be the best
Yeah.
video you did, and like, so he texted me. I have the screenshot. He texted me like, bro, this is the best video I've ever done. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
like that's
know,
kind
like,
of
because like he has a videographer for him that does like boxing videos for Top Rank, shoots for the Houston Texans, shoots for all these. Like he was at Xavier Worthy's draft thing.
Oh hell yeah.
And that's his videographer. So like, he texted me saying like, this is the best video, and like, I don't know about y'all, but like, I love Russ Swole in this aspect of like he makes everything a competition. Like that's just how he is. So with like me, bro, it's so bad because I was raised competitive. I see this as a like competition.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be the best at this. So like once he texted me like, oh, this is the best video I've done, I was like,
W.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I won that one.
Yeah, I want like that's like cool.
Yeah.
So like, I lost my train of thought.
Well,
Okay,
yeah,
bro.
you're good. And I told Zay this too. Like, it's what makes it unique is like your creativity, right?
Yeah.
Because like, let's say you shoot something or I shoot something, right? We both get the footage. We can make completely different videos.
Dude, yeah. So our own styles. Of
Yeah,
video.
it's like it's just like straight like creativity. So like, I feel like that can take a long time when you're editing. It's just like you'll hit a wall and you're like fuck, and you know, and then it gets annoying because like you know you're replaying the song and you're hearing the same shit over and over. You're trying to get the cut on the beat,
right.
and like you're just hearing the same shit. But yeah, I think that's what makes videographers unique because like everyone can shoot. You know, it's the editing and the creativity part that really separates people.
Yeah, it's you got to just stand out. Like I love cinematic stuff. Like
Yeah.
cinematic is my favorite thing.
You've done I've seen this too on your profile. Now that I remember, now that you said cinematic, didn't you do like a short film?
Oh, the grocery store shit.
The
I saw
grocery
that.
store stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was-
Right, you've done that, right? How was that? Was that pretty cool?
that was fun, bro. I was nervous because this is my first time filming myself.
In public.
I was sweating, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like I want to start doing more of that. Like that's
Yeah.
what I want to start like. And what I've been wanting to do, I just need to like. I've already have stuff written out. Is like, I want to start spreading the gospel on social media. So like I already have like some like Bible like studies done, like, but now I just got to put it in front of the camera. Like,
Yeah.
I want to do storytelling, cinematic storytelling, short stories. But
Do you know that dude? I think his name's Malachi. He's a videographer. No. Damn. Okay. Because I think I've seen like his stuff, and he does.
Oh, is like blonde hair.
Yeah. Tall.
Tall. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll have to look it up. But like,
Yeah,
he's a white kid, right?
Yeah. He's done. The only reason I bring him up is because that's like I've gotten his profile before because I met him at Alphaland.
Yeah.
And he does like
Oh,
a
and he has
lot
the
of that
badass
stuff.
camera
Yeah,
rig.
yeah.
Malachi. Yeah, I know Malachi.
He does. I forgot what his last name was, but he does a lot of that stuff. Like where
I
it's
love that stuff, bro.
It's like there was one with like cop lights, and then he's
Yeah.
like bleeding. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, this
Oh, you
dude's-
showed me that kid,
Yeah,
yeah.
this dude's like really.
Yeah, and I want to
kind of
start doing
into
it.
that.
And like, it's the passion projects. I want to start doing like, I want to
Yeah.
realize like why I did this. Like passion
Those-
projects, bro. Like if you're a videographer, bro, like you gotta have those passion projects.
Yeah.
Those
Like,
take time. Bro.
Yeah.
Like I can just imagine. Like it's just like the setup is like the most important thing.
Yeah.
And if for him, or like if you're doing it on a tripod, like you're like the only person there.
Yeah.
You have to like make sure it does look good, and then
Right.
you got to go shoot it, and you got to come back and watch it back.
now you got to be an actor. You got to be a
Yeah.
film. Like
Yeah, you're doing everything.
Yeah, I think the setup for a lot of those is like the more tedious part.
I'm gonna get home and make one just for y'all.
Would you ever be interested in like shooting like a movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So I have so many movies in my head.
So you got any favorite directors or anything like that?
Christopher Nolan, boy.
Bro, shake my fucking hand,
Come
dog.
on, boy. Like
Interstellar, Oppenheimer.
Interstellar. Oh my! And you know they're about to.
They're gonna
all these
re-put it in the
movies
film,
are-
yeah.
Oh, I'm watching every single one of those. I don't care how much they are. I want to go watch every single one of those.
Yeah, bro, he's so like the way he makes movies is so repetitive.
Yeah.
Like what you see in Interstellar, you see in Oppenheimer in such a way.
Is Christopher Nolan the same one? Who does Transformers?
That's Michael Bay.
Michael Bay, man. Come on. Like, it's. Oh, I love direct. I love movies, and that's.
Yeah.
I was watching a movie with a friend the other day.
Was it Challengers? the
What?
Zendaya movie?
No, it was just like random movies. Goodwill
Oh, okay.
Hunting. It was Goodwill Hunting.
Oh, bro, good was
so
a
I've watched
fucking
Goodwill
banger.
Hunting about 15 times, and
It's a banger, dude.
I can't watch. And like I was talking to the friend, and I was like, "Oh, that's a good shot." Oh, like
Yeah, you're
like,
critiquing
yeah,
it.
like
Like happening, right?
Yeah, and they were like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "I can't watch movies without like
Without
wanting
yeah.
to see what cameras they use, wanting to see what lights they use.
Yeah.
Like how like I love watching cinematic movies. There's a like funny movie. It's called Bad Words on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all need to watch it because if you're like think of me like me, it's hilarious, bro. And it's like a comedy movie, but it's also filmed so cinematically. It's like it's so pleasing to me.
Yeah.
And like if I see shaky camera movements in movies, I'm like,
Oh, damn,
it's so
that
cringy.
shouldn't fly.
right. I can't like every single thing I do now in life, I like feel it as it's like a movie.
Yeah.
And like I feel like if I'm like driving, like I'll look at like my truck in the reflection of the doors. I'm like, oh, that'd be such a cool shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like through the rear view mirror.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, that'd be such a cool shot. Or like,
So a lot of your life you're thinking like, ooh,
Yeah.
this would be cool for
right. Yeah.
a spot.
Or like
this
if a
would be
simple
cool.
thing happens in my life, like in my mind, I need to start jotting stuff down. I used to jot stuff down, but like I have just one movie concept in my like head or like a short form
Uh-huh.
where it's like a guy and his girl are like best friends, and like he's secretly in love with. It's not a true story. It's not a true story. But like he's secretly in love with her, and he like falls off from her. It's like such a like I have this movie concept in my head, and it's gonna be a movie one day. I need it to be a movie one day,
Yeah.
or a short form, like at least like a 15-minute like
Yeah,
short form movie.
something that you just
'Cause
put
I,
on.
I gotta start writing it down, but like
Yeah, because you'll lose it, bro.
Bro, yeah.
You'll
'Cause
lose
I feel
it
like
so
if
quick.
I wanted to, bro, I could really put this into like a short form contest and win it. Because like it's such a
Yeah, like
it's such an emotion, and I'm such an emotional person. Like, and I try to keep myself like mysterious and like one of those like bad like I was like I want tattoos and like stuff, but like deep down, bro, I'm such an emotional guy, and so
Yeah.
like it's funny enough. Like I love rom-coms, I love romantic.
Yeah,
movies.
so do I, bro.
So like I want to make romantic movies.
Did you watch
I want-
Anyone But You?
Bro, yeah, come on. Now. I watched that. Yeah, that
saw
was
that thing twice.
That was
Yeah.
actually a first date movie, boy.
Yeah, that movie's like perfect for something
Right.
like
Oh
that.
shit, that was mine too, actually.
What's the
Yeah.
there's 10 Ways to Lose a Guy. If you ever
Oh, that's the one with Matthew McConaughey.
What? I like
Bro, I know movies, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
10 Things I Hate About You. With,
Yeah, I think that's,
what's his name?
Denzel.
Nah.
No. He killed him. Heath Ledger.
Oh yeah, Heath Ledger.
Yeah, so he played in that movie. I love those type of movies. So like that one I did that. I'm gonna go home and jot it down just because of y'all. But yeah, I wanted.
Yeah, you gotta jot them down. One time, this was before I even picked up a camera. Like for stuff like this, when I was in college, I took a film class just for like the elective,
Yeah.
right? And the only experience I had before that was like filming in high school. Like I filmed sports. That was it for the games. But yeah, I ended up winning. The contest.
Yeah, see,
Like
that's
we had to make
lit.
2 movies, bro. The second movie, the director, he said he was a director from Hollywood, bro. That's what he said. But the second movie he wanted us to make it, no dialogue.
No doubt.
No doubt. Silent film.
No, like music, anything?
No, you can have music. You
With
just
sound
couldn't
effects?
have anybody talking. So like you have to tell the story,
Yeah.
Damn.
bro. And like I
That's
think
hard.
I had to write a script, bro. Like, and he wanted the script like professional, like exterior, Grand Central Park,
You know what you can
birds
do?
flying in. Like you had to. It
Yeah.
was like just write a script like to the T.
Have y'all seen J. Cole's music video on She Knows?
Uh-uh.
Back in the
The one with the slaves,
one-
like it's like slaves, slave house.
no, that's
No, that's get off my dick, right?
yeah, but the one, I don't know why, but I thought of that music video because they don't talk, but it's like she knows.
Oh, okay. I know exactly what you're talking
yeah,
about. She know.
yeah, and she
Yeah, that's a good one.
or like they don't talk at all, but like they tell a story through the
Yeah.
song, you know. So I kind of thought of that, like
Yeah,
if someone
it-
would have done
dude,
that,
it
like
was-
that probably, well, maybe it couldn't have worked because it was music and it was like people talking.
Yeah.
But
I know
don't
exactly.
It was
know
a
why I
tough
thought
thing
of
to
that.
do, bro. To be honest,
Yeah.
because I was like, I think it was a second film, so I had to make a part two. The first one had like dialogue and stuff. Like I had to write a script for that, and then the second one I wrote a script for that one, and it was just a continuation for the first one. But I remember like, I knew I liked it because like I was like, I want to get this shot instead. Like I remember I got like cinematic. Like I put like the camera like, if the car was in speed off, I put it right under the left wheel.
Yeah.
And so you saw it leave.
Yeah,
And stuff like that, and it was a fucking crazy script I wrote, bro. It was like about some chick and I kill the husband, bro. He's like working on his car, and I go and I fucking like suffocate him and kill him, and then I get with the chick, and then later on she finds out through his personal belongings in my apartment because that's what you do if you kill people. You kind of collect their stuff. So she finds like his license and stuff. It was like a crazy ass movie, but now I ended up winning that shit.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I'll pat myself on the back.
It's so crazy because I probably should have mentioned this before, like in the beginning, but I didn't go to school for film. Like I did.
Yeah, I was gonna throw that question.
I was gonna ask you about that, bro. The way I think about it, and I'm curious to see how you think about it. But I just want to say, like, I feel like it's the creativity thing. You can't teach it.
Yeah.
I feel like you can't. Like, if I go to film school, they're gonna teach me about death and
Right.
you know focal length and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But
Yeah, I learned about.
I feel like you can't teach creativity and like stuff like
You
that.
can't teach an eye.
It's hard, bro. Like, it's hard to like. I'm curious to see what you think about. Like, if you disagree, like, let me know.
Well, I think like YouTube, man. Like we have YouTube that will teach you anything. Like that's where I learned.
YouTube University, baby.
most- Yeah, right. And so picked up a camera in senior year of high school, so 2 years ago.
Beginning of 2022, huh?
Yeah, so it was a $400 camera, like it was a DSLR Nikon 3500,
Oh, Nikon.
and I picked it up and I started shooting, and ever since then, like I just didn't like go back on I knew people were telling me like I had an eye for it, and I bought the A74 and like kind of just took off from there. Started shooting, started treading,
Where'd you go to high school?
Pearland.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's like you just learn through like experience. Yeah, you know what I mean. I tell Zay about it. Like I go back and I watch my old stuff and I'm like, fuck. Like me now, I don't like that, but
Yeah.
I was learning. You know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
now, everything I shoot now compared to then just looks more professional.
It's so funny, bro. I didn't make that video because if I would have, I gotta go back onto his, see if he still hasn't posted. But if I went back from when I like my first video I've ever shot, I remember the first video I shot from like shot to shot. If I put it up against today, I'd be like, what? Like,
Yeah, the
and I
evolution.
progressed quickly. Yeah,
Yeah.
I progressed real quickly. And a
Where'd
lot
you-
of people tell me that I progressed real.
Where'd you start iMovie?
CapCut.
Oh, you started. Oh, CapCut was already popping when you came up.
Not popping, but I mean,
It was there?
It was there. I mean, I feel like
I think when I started on iMovie, CapCut wasn't a thing. I think.
yeah. Well, I mean, I started 2 years ago, so like,
Okay.
I went like I used to edit on my laptop with CapCut, and then I got
Yeah.
a Mac, and that's whenever and people are gonna flame me. I still use CapCut.
So do I.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Bro, it's so like they made it so easy for you to edit and like it looks like a lot of work put into that.
Yeah.
Like they have fucking fire transitions, dog.
Well, no, I don't. I mean, there's sometimes I use the transitions, but it's like
The effects.
yeah, like even the wedding I did, like it
Was that
all
was
on
that more
CapCut.
so just like cutting shit?
Yeah, more cutting,
More
more,
just cutting
storytelling.
films.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because a lot of my stuff was like storytelling. Now I don't really like using the effects and all
Mm-hmm.
the like crazy transitions. But yeah, it's more storytelling.
Yeah, like at that point I just think like a bad editor can look like a good editor based on
Yeah,
that
on
because
CapCut.
like Premiere Pro because I've used it, that shit's a fucking
Yeah,
bitch to learn, bro. You have to like make the effects. You have to if you're gonna want to track someone, you have to key. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You have to track people. And CapCut does a good job of like breaking it down, really like
Yeah.
simpling it up for like people.
yeah.
And so like that's why I'll use it. Like I've used Premiere Pro. Dude, the first time I ever used it, I had to lie that I used it, bro. Like, you ever seen the Pivot podcast? It's It's a big like
That's
sports.
like Ryan Clark and
Okay.
Ryan Clark, yeah. They have a bunch of big. Well, I got the opportunity to edit an episode, right, to cut the promos, and she was like, "Have you ever used Premiere Pro?" And I'm like, "Yeah, for sure, 100%."
Right.
Yeah, it's my fucking back of my hand,
Right.
and
Duh.
I had to make 30 promos, right? It was a Denzel Ward. He was the athlete on. He plays for the Browns.
yeah, or at least at the time.
At the time, played for the Browns. He's like cornerback, something like that. So I thought it was cool because it was like a big podcast. Like these, they had like 500,000, maybe I don't know if they have 1 million subscribers, but it's a big podcast.
Yeah.
And I remember I was cutting the promos, bro, and I started like 9 o'clock at night, and I finished at like 8 in the morning on Premiere Pro because like I learned that and like I didn't want to stop because if I learn something, I just kind of keep going because if I stop, I'll forget something, and if I take like a break, but. I was thinking like when I was making, I was like, bro, if I just put this in the cap, can I be done in 2 hours?
Bro, I used to lie.
I was like, you want to be able to tell the difference?
Yeah, I used to lie to people all the time. So, Premiere Pro, what?
It's easy, bro.
Premiere Pro, man. Like I had LT. He came. He was like, man, what are you editing on? I was like, Premiere Pro, bro. Like, totally. Like, knowing day well, I just edited a video on CapCut. Like, like, it's just, but it's simple, bro. And I started on it, and so like. I don't want to leave it if I already know. I know every shortcut by hand. I like my memory. I know like the simple down to the simple things I know. So I like the tiniest things I know. On
Premiere Pro is like a platform you can't take a break from and then go back.
Yeah,
because like the same way. Once you get it, you kind of just
and it's my comfortability. Like,
you get comfortable with it. Yeah, like you just have to like learn it. That's the bitch.
Yeah,
just learning it. Compared to CapCut where it's just so simple.
But once I have like once I do short forms and stuff like that, like I'll switch to Premiere Pro. Like once I start like shooting and like once I get like an FX3, there's no way I can shoot or edit in CapCut because once I start shooting 4K 120, CapCut ain't gonna be able to run that. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to make the switch. I'll probably switch to DaVinci. But
DaVinci Resolve.
Yeah, I've heard that Ben Sag. I think that's what he said he edits on. That's the only time that I've heard of that one.
People edit on those. I don't know. I think it was just the camera. Some guy was using at one point. I was gonna actually bring that up because I know you were talking about like your faith and God and stuff. Do you follow any pastors like Cliff? You know Cliff? He circles around on TikTok a lot.
Yeah, I like
him a lot. Who's that other guy? Zach showed me him, or G showed me him.
I know who you're talking about.
He's kind of buff, short hair.
He has a facial hair.
Stephen Furtick.
Yeah, Stephen Furtick. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, like you follow that a lot.
Bro, that's so crazy because I don't really like Stephen however you say his name. I don't know why. It's just I don't like when like I can tell that it's scripted. So I went to my church Sunday for the first time and like I could just tell it was like so scripted. Like he had like notes and like not notes because I take notes. But like he had to go to his iPad every single time he wanted to say something. So it was like you have it written down. So I like there's this guy named Dan Lian. He's like a chubby, buff Asian dude. And then there's another guy named Sean Johnson, and he preaches on Red Rock. And I always post him on my story. But those two, man, like if you want to like get into word, those two are the people to watch. Like,
I think we can go for a lot longer, bro. Like I feel like we can talk for a lot longer.
Dude, I could talk for years.
Shit, bro. If you want to,
we can run it again. I'm sure, and hopefully we got all this fucking technical Dude, we had so many technical difficulties today, bro. For the people, like, hopefully I fixed it for y'all. But shit, bro. I guess we can wrap it up there. I got a fucking tea time I gotta make, but I mean, you're a great guest, bro. Humble, we love you, bro. Fucking, where people can find you, you know?
Instagram, Chris Franco Visual, marketing company, Foursquare Media.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's another episode of Off the Top. We are out.